welcome back to my channel. I'm Val, and today I want to talk about how we can make life easier for ourselves. I feel like there are just already so many aspects of life that can bring us down, that we can really dwell on and make us so unhappy. But there are also ways that we can bring a little bit more peace and a little bit more light into our lives. Okay, and no, I'm not going to tell you that meditating and, creating rituals for yourself is going to make you happy, which I do very much so think it will. Right now, I want to talk about some practical tools that you can use to make things flow a little bit easier for yourself. So a little bit of backstory about me is I didn't always used to be in a more joyous state of life. I used to be really sad all the time and just really dwell so much on the past. I would dwell a lot on my sadness. Just being sad just was very normal for me. I didn't really know anything else. But as I've grown through that and grown out of that, I've learned some tools that I've been using to make life just feel a lot better for me. And I'm learning more tools every day. This isn't just it, right? There are so many tools, so many things that we can invite into our experience to make life brighter. But here's just a couple that I'd like to share with you. Changing your focus. Instead of focusing on the negative, focus on the positive. It sounds simple enough, right? But where intention goes, energy flows. What you think about, you bring about. So if we're constantly dwelling on negativity and thinking about negativity, we're only reaffirming and inviting in more negativity into our space. There's no room for positivity when you're constantly thinking about lack. Change your focus. Okay, I think what was big for me in changing my focus was I started specifically thinking about, I would always think of the worst to come. Okay, instead of the best is yet to come, for me it was the worst is yet to come, or like the worst is around the corner. So simply changing that to the best is yet to come, and there is more, there is greater opportunities for me, or this isn't the end, or even focusing on the fact that the way I feel right now will not last forever. That is a simple change in focus that had really helped me, okay? So changing your focus. Instead of viewing yourself as unworthy and undeserving, change that focus into somebody who is highly worthy and highly deserving of success, love, greatness, okay? It sounds so simple, but when you actively use these tools, you'll really see them working in your life. There are going to be times where those little nagging negative voices come into your head. It happens to us all, right? We start to doubt ourselves. We think that we're not worthy. We think that we won't be able to achieve. Purposefully choose to think opposite. Purposefully choose to think about achieving. Purposely choose to break through those thoughts and to acknowledge them and say, okay, I see you, but you're not running my day, you're not running me, and proceed. Okay, proceed. Self-fulfilling prophecies and limiting beliefs. Like I was talking about before with those nagging voices, these are old stories of myself that we've created or that have been created to protect us from fully exposing ourselves and fully being able to break out and reach our highest potential. Our self-fulfilling prophecies and limiting beliefs quite literally diminish our shine, diminish our light. So going back and rewriting your story, recreating the person who you truly want to be, that is most aligned with your soul purpose. Rewrite your story. The things of the past don't have to equal the future. They don't. they only do when we keep ruminating and resting on the idea that this is all that there is, but it's not. There's so much more. It's up to you to recreate the version of yourself who you truly want to be, who you feel you truly are. Assume that you already are who you want to be. Assume that you already have everything that there is that you want to have, that you want to create. Assume that it already exists into your experience, because it does. Okay? Next, love. Inviting more love into your life, whether that is people, whether that's a pet, whether that is something that you love and something that you're passionate about, creating and keeping the space of love. When I was really down and really sad, love was something that I really couldn't even really feel or see much often at all. I'm like, this thing doesn't exist. This thing is not real, not for me at least. Which is not true. It's always been there. It's up to us to open our eyes and see it. It's up to us to open our hearts and receive it and connect with it. Because if we don't, we're missing it always. We find love through people. We find love through our environment, through the things that we see, the things that we taste, the things that we feel. We find love through what we can give. We find love through the things that we can receive as well. There's so many ways to be in the energy of love. It's about being open and receptive to seeing it. Even if it's like saying those affirmations like, I am open to receiving love, you better keep saying them, because you will start to, your environment, your outer environment will start to reflect that back to you. Okay? Doing things that you love, continuing to do things that you love, no matter what people think, no matter what people, are saying about it. It doesn't matter. Do the things that you love. One, you're opening yourself up to more love, and you're opening up yourself up to more peace and more happiness just by being in an energy of love. Another tool is simplifying and decluttering. I think that when we have more, we tend to be stressed out a little bit more. So when you're finding yourself getting a little bit stressed, start to simplify. Sell some things, donate some things, clear your energy, clear your space out, simplify your routine. Maybe even simplify the amount of times you're going out, simplify your interactions with people, just so that you can create a calm within and without. Because when you walk into a room or a space that's kind of cluttered, or there's a lot of things going on, it's very easy to start building that stress. Let things go, allow things to fall away from you, and that in turn will make things more simple and more easy for you to manage and handle. Get off of that phone, okay? I feel like we're really attached to our technological devices nowadays. We can get into a mindset of comparison, thinking that I want what they have, or I'll never be able to achieve what they have. We start to forget about ourselves. I know that, especially through social media and a lot of these apps, I feel like the goal is to connect, but instead we're connecting on a way that's not a soul-based connection, but instead like everything is about appearances, when there's so much more. We're comparing ourselves on a surface level, and we shouldn't be even comparing ourselves to one another at all. There's really nothing to compare. We're all unique, and our individualism is one of our greatest tools, but that's kind of taken away from us a lot of times through social media and some of these apps. It is, and it's sad. It's really sad. And we, as my generation, are very addicted to these apps. They're making life harder for us because we constantly feel like we don't have enough. We constantly feel like we are not enough, when that is not the truth. We are more than enough. We were created more than enough, and we will always be more than enough. And unfortunately, we are constantly, with every minute of our lives, being pulled out of ourselves. Get off the phone or limit the phone. Go into nature. Go and find a new hobby. Write, draw. Indulge in life, because there's so much beauty out there. There's so much beauty in here that we tend to miss. Another way that we can make life easier is acceptance. Acceptance and releasing the need to control. There are things that are out of my control that I have nothing to do with. I can control the way I react and respond. I can control my actions moving forward, but other people, the weather, there are things that are out of my control. There's no need to keep holding on to things, people, situations that do not align with you. Allow them to go. The more we hold on to things that are slipping away naturally, the more we displace ourselves. The more we lose ourselves, because a part of us is fighting for change and fighting for release, while a part of us is begging and trying its hardest to be in control. Okay? And also paying attention to your world, to your inner world and outer world. Noticing the precious moments, those conversations that you have with somebody on the street where they say exactly what you needed to hear at that time. Take that and hold that, because that is very much so real and very much so divine. Hold the people around you to a high light, and hold yourself to the highest light. Hold yourself to a higher standard, because at the end of the day, like I was saying before, you were born enough and you will always be enough, and you are so deserving. We have to really start seeing ourselves and as these soulful beings, because that's what we are. I'm so grateful for you for being here. I really hope that you got something out of this message, because if y'all want some more tips, let me know. Please come back for the next video and stay forever. It's so much love, so much light and darkness, because you can't have one without the other. And we have to see ourselves for all that we are, even the dusty parts. Okay, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.